In the episode number 106 of the A.S.A.P Tech News, we talk about EK water blocks under Intel Arc graphics card water blocks. Alphacool has a new case fan, ENDORFY releases a new PC case, and Synology has a new 4-bay DiskStation NAS. We start with EK water blocks and their latest water block release, a pair of water blocks designed for the new Intel Arc A750 and A77 graphics cards. The EK Quantum Vector 2 Arc is, as the name suggests, designed for the Intel A70 and A77 graphics cards. Keep in mind that we are talking about two separate water blocks that share the same name. The difference between them is that each are made for a specific graphics card in the Intel Arc lineup. From a design standpoint, these water blocks share their design language with the rest of the EK Quantum Vector 2 water block units. A metal backplate, a clear top part, or a solid part depending on version you get, and different RGB configurations based on the before mentioned options. The baseplate of these water blocks has a thickness of 11mm with a directly attached acetal terminal and a single O-ring top design for increased reliability and performance. In terms of pricing, both Intel Arc water blocks are available for pre-order right now for no less than €239.90. Next, Alphacool has unveiled two new case fans, the Core 120 PWM and the Core 140 PWM. Both fans are available in 3-speed variants. The Core 120 is available with the maximum speed of either 2500, 3000 or 4000 RPM, while the Core 140 PWM is available with the maximum speeds of 2000 RPM, 2500 RPM and 3200 RPM. As the name suggests, both fans are fully PWM compatible and can have their speed controlled through a fan hub or a motherboard. These fans are advertised as good to use with both heatsinks and as case fans. The bearing used on the Core 120 and Core 140 fans is a standard hydraulic bearing. The highlight of these fans though will be the price. At around €6 per piece, these fans are cheap, and if they are half as good as they look on paper, they will quickly become the choice for budget systems that don't need RGB or fancy looks to perform well. We continue with ENDORFY, which presents their new cases, the Regnum 400 Air and the Regnum 400 ARGB. For those of you that do not know this company, ENDORFY is in fact Silencium PC under a new name. Going back to the cases, we have the Regnum 400 Air and the Regnum 400 ARGB. These two are basically the same case with one simple difference. One is cheaper and has no RGB LEDs, while the other one is $10 more expensive and uses RGB fans. The Regnum 400 case has 4 pre-installed 120mm fans at the front and on the back panels. To aid with the cooling of the system, the case has a mesh front panel that allows for easy passage of the air through the case and inside the system. Other features include removable dust filters and easy to remove front panels and mesh, a tempered glass side panel and removable jumbo grommets for cable management. In terms of clearance, the cases can accommodate CPU coolers with a height of up to 162mm and graphics cards with a length of up to 370mm. Water cooling support is decent as well, with radiators up to 360mm supported at the front and 280mm at the top. The pricing for these cases is €85 for the non-RGB variant and €95 for the addressable RGB model. And finally, Synology announced a new 4-bay NAS, the DS923 Plus. This NAS has a compact 4-bay setup and can handle upwards of 50 TB across its base. This NAS can also be upgraded using an M.2 SSD for fast caching or create additional all-flash storage pools. Speaking of M.2 SSDs, this NAS has two M.2 sockets available for the before mentioned purpose. For cooling, this NAS uses two 92mm fans installed on the rear of the case. These will act as the exhaust fans for the entire unit. For RAM, the DS923 Plus has a 4GB memory module pre-installed and can handle up to 32GB of RAM memory in a 2-stick configuration. The CPU used with the NAS is a dual-core AMD Ryzen R1600, which is running at a base frequency of 2.6 GHz and a turbo boost frequency of 3.1 GHz. For ports, the DS923 Plus has two RJ45 1GB LAN ports, two USB 3.2 Gen 1 ports and a single eSATA port. Unfortunately, the pricing is not yet known. And this is the end of the episode number 106 of the A.S.A.P Tech News, one of the few tech news series which aims to deliver you the news as fast as possible for your convenience.